My parents laughed and said my sister would just stay at my place for a while. I stood up and said, "That's funny. I haven't lived there for 6 weeks. Can you believe it?" My own parents sitting across from me at the dinner table, casually handing the keys to my apartment, my sanctuary, the home I bled for, to my sister Elaine. And then they just laughed, utterly oblivious when I dropped the bomb. "Funny, I haven't lived there for 6 weeks. The color drained from my mother's face. "Wait, Natalie," she stammered, her voice shaking. "Where exactly have you been staying?" That was the moment everything shattered, and for once I was holding the hammer. My name is Natalie, and at 31, I thought I finally built a life for myself. That downtown Chicago apartment wasn't just walls and a roof. It was years of scraping, of working every spare hour, while my sister Elaine seemed to get everything handed to her on a silver platter. I never, not in a million years, thought my parents would cross such a fundamental line. But that night they did. Growing up in suburban Illinois, I was always in Elaine's shadow. 4 bedrooms in that house, but the spotlight only ever found one child. It was a pattern etched in stone. Elaine got the praise, the attention, the resources. I was just expected to figure it out. I still remember my 16th birthday. I'd hinted for months about a small pizza party with friends. The day came and my parents simply forgot. My mom was driving an 11-year-old Elaine to her dance recital. My dad was working late. I ended up ordering a single pizza, eating it alone in my room, looking at college brochures. 5 years later, when Elaine turned 16, they rented an entire venue, hired a DJ, and bought her a perfectly good car with a giant red bow. School events were the same. My parents barely made it to my honor society inductions or debate finals. When I graduated high school as salutatorian, my mom spent most of the ceremony snapping pictures of Elaine in the audience instead of watching me give my speech. For Elaine, they rearranged vacations, stayed up late on science fair projects. For me, crickets. College was a grind. I juggled 3 jobs. Coffee shop mornings, library evenings, waitressing weekends. Every single dollar went towards Northwestern. My parents contributed what they called what they could afford. About $500 a semester. Not even enough for books. Meanwhile, Elaine sailed through the University of Chicago with full parental support, graduating debt-free. Tutors if she struggled. Rent and security deposits for off-campus living. She never had to worry. After graduation, I landed an entry-level marketing job in Chicago. The salary was modest. I budgeted like a hawk, sharing a cramped apartment with 3 roommates, skipping vacations, saving every penny. 3 years later, after promotions and side gigs managing social media, I finally had enough for a down payment on my own small 1-bedroom in River North. That apartment was everything. 900 square feet of hardwood, exposed brick windows that caught the morning light. The kitchen was tiny, but I found a beautiful second-hand island. Every piece of furniture was a victory. The gray sectional, 6 months of overtime,